Appreciate everybody coming, and obviously, thanks for all you do for us in covering Miami Hurricane football, and I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving weekend. Really don't have an opening statement. I'll be brief so I can open it up to questions and answer any questions that you have relating to the season or our future.
You touched on it Friday, and it kind of got lost in the shuffle, but why? Can you just explain again? Some teams would take a break a week or two, and I guess your kids have been in the weight room this morning already. Just why not? Why jump right back in, I guess, and not give them a little bit of time?
Because the break is going to be, over the holidays. That's going to be their break when other teams are playing bowl games and those types of things. And really, if we don't get it on the front end, then you won't get it at all, because there'll be in exams, 2 weeks from now or 10 days from now. So it's important to get them right back in it, get them in that routine. Again, one of our deficiencies right now as a team is overall strength, and we have to fight that front from a nutritional standpoint. Again, a lot of that is a culture, and we have to change that. And then clearly we have to get stronger. We need more guys with strength at the point of attack and on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Will you have exit meetings individually with players, or do you sort of leave that to their individual position coaches?
No, I'll try to get with everybody before they leave campus. It's a little bit difficult, obviously, given the recruiting schedule. But I'll certainly try to touch base with everybody, but certainly their position coaches will do that first.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the contract extension and what that does, not only for you personally, but for the program, what kind of stability it gives you in the future going on, recruiting, et cetera, all the things that go into that contract?
Yeah, the irony is that there's never been more instability or controversy, if you will, than what we experienced this year. So to be able to have stability and continuity and a commitment from the university to our coaching staff and student athletes is great. I mean, clearly my intention was to stay here, to be here, to be the head coach here. There was some in the media and outsiders who thought I was going somewhere else or was looking for another job. And again, I think the circumstances that we inherited were unfortunate, but I wouldn't be here in front of you if I didn't think we could overcome them in the long term. And certainly we've made some short-term sacrifices to do that. The other sacrifice that's a little bit less tangible, but certainly tangible to us, is the fact that we've dealt with this all year. Our defense over the last 6 games, for instance, gave up 14 points a game. And was markedly better against the run. Well, that's not just a function of the defense. The defensive coordinator calling a different defense. It's a function of continuity. It's a defense. It's a function of guys coming back and everybody playing in the same position for over the last 6 games of the year. So again, we paid a price already. For some of those issues, and it's great to have that commitment moving forward.
Al, you mentioned the lack of team strength on Friday and also today. Is that any kind of reflection on the strength and conditioning staff?
No, again, I believe in Coach Swayze. I think he's one of the best. Again, I think it's a function of the culture, and we're changing it. I felt that way when I got here, and we're vastly improved, George, from where we were last January. But we need to get stronger. Again, we need to get. We need to educate the kids a little bit better on dietary and nutrition choices. And again, you can't go out there and play with 208-pound linebackers and think it's okay. It's not okay. We're playing against teams that have 230, 240, 245-pound linebackers, and we're parading out there with guys that are 08, 12, 16, 18. We can't do it. Can't do it. And so there's obviously been a shift in philosophy in terms of what I'm looking for. I want a big, strong, powerful team. So it's not just all, hey, Swayze, get them bigger. There's going to be a shift in terms of what we're looking for, the type of size and strength that we want to be, and so we have to hit it from all fronts. And then there's got to be a culture here that puts a premium on strength and conditioning, and puts a premium on size and being at the appropriate weight.
Aside from the strength, is there other areas where after you've been through a year that maybe you have to tweak things or need to change directions in certain areas that maybe you didn't know when you had a couple of months to kind of look at things.
Yeah, again, I think everybody needs a baseline, and I think we have a baseline, but, when we're plus 85 in penalties per game, penalty yards per game, we're plus 63 in the number of penalties per game. So, to me, we're halfway home. We're halfway home. We're not where we need to be. We go from 36 turnovers, I think, a year ago, to, 19 this year, and from 27 interceptions to 11 interceptions. So to me, we're halfway home. We got a long way to go. We've made dramatic improvements in a lot of our special teams. Just examining it here today, we're plus 10 in punt returns. We're plus 7 in opponents, starting yard line and kickoffs. We're plus 6 in field goals, plus 11 in PAT. Again, I can go on and on, but what I'm saying is we've made a lot of progress in those 3 areas. We need to continue to make progress in those areas. We need to be a tougher team. We need to be a stronger team. And we need to have depth. It's hard to win a championship or compete for a championship if you don't have the depth to last the whole season. And I think we got worn down at the end of the year. I don't think we had the depth. And then certainly we need to develop the continuity and symmetry so that when a corner goes down, he's replaced by a corner. He's not replaced by a safety that we moved to corner.
Al, I know there's been a lot of disappointment this year. What's the best thing that's happened under your tenure here at UM?
I don't know what the best thing is. I could tell you one of the things that obviously we're proud of is that I think we're a tougher team. I think we're a more disciplined team, and I think we play with energy, and you have to be in great condition to do that. So I think we've made a lot of progress on the toughness front. We've made a lot of progress on the discipline front. We've made a lot of progress on the conditioning front. But having said that, we're a long way, we're a long way away from where we have to be. And certainly that benchmark in our division starts in Blacksburg.
Coach, there's been a lot of coordinator changes over the last 5 to 10 years here. How important is it that your offensive and defensive coordinator take this journey with you over the next, 4 or 5 years so the continuity stays the same and the velocity stays the same?
It's critical. It's critical. It's critical that we retain coaches and we make this a destination job, for everybody. And obviously we believe it is. And, we're excited about what we're doing, moving forward. And again, as soon as we're done here, we're going to go out recruiting, and we have a big class that we're going to bring in, and I fully anticipate our coordinators to be with us moving forward.
Now, on those lines, do you anticipate any staff turnover? at this
Not
point?
right now, no.
Coach, along those lines also, how different coming from a Temple to here? Do your philosophies have to change a little? Do your methods have to change a little? Or do you keep your own methods?
No, my methods, there are a lot of the same methods we use here, but certainly they're tailored to the University of Miami. I don't think there's any question. But we developed a culture at Temple and a process by which, they just graduated the winningest class in the history of that program. That's 115 years. And again, we're proud of that. And when I left there, we had 6 kids that did 225 over 30 reps. And about 20 other kids that did it over 25 reps. And we're going to develop that culture here so that we become a real strong team, because it's important that we have that. And it's not just on the weight room. It's the culture. It's the demands by the position coach. It's the expectations set by the head coach. It's nutrition. It's how we support the kids with training table and those types of things, in addition to what they do downstairs in the weight room, because I think we have a great strength staff.
Just follow. And for an example, how different was that here? That you had, the guys lifting at 225. Is there a big difference?
There was a difference. There was a difference when we got here in the spring. Like I said, I think we've made market improvement. But clearly, there's too many times when you look out in the field, we're getting pushed around, and we got to get that fixed. And we have to make that commitment. And as I said to the staff yesterday, I think there's a blessing, that we're not participating in a bowl game, because we'll have a chance to really fix one of the things that's ground zero for us, and that's our strength and size at the point of attack, and hopefully we'll do that here over the next 7 weeks.
Are you stronger because of what you had to endure this year?
It didn't kill me. I hope I'm stronger. I think I'm a mentally tough person. Again, I'm not really extrinsically driven. If my mom and dad are proud of me and my wife is happy with me, I'm good, I'm at peace. I don't really worry about outside too much. have a vision, have a plan, know what I want the team to look like. I think we've hired great coaches, I have great staff around me, trust them, and that includes our strength and conditioning staff, that includes our trainers. We have great people around us, so again, I think certainly we've endured a lot, and it will be fun to move forward and move past this chapter and really just try to get 1 year where we're coaching football, because that wasn't the issue. That wasn't the case this year. We did a lot of things other than coach football.
Al, what is your process in evaluating assistant coaches?
In terms of
Just
every day?
You talked about no, after the season, because you talked about the coordinators
Yeah.
definitely being here. Is there a process you go through for each
No,
assistant
I mean,
coach?
I evaluate everything in the program and every
Right.
coach in the program, but again, for me, it's not about with the assistants and the staff. It's about communicating to them all the time what their expectations are and what we're trying to get done, and if they're deficient or in a certain area, just making sure we address it as we go. So, I mean, I'll sit down with all of them before the holidays, but right now, we're all on the road.
Coach, earlier this year, you said the defensive scheme was as simple as it could be.
Correct.
And the team was really struggling.
Yep.
You were able to ratchet up, the complexity level, and was that a reason that the defense got a little bit?
Well, I don't think there's any question. We got more diverse on defense as we went, but, Porter was back, Vernon was back. Denzel and Chick weren't really playing like freshmen anymore. Shannon Green came back. The safeties could be safeties and the corners could be corners. And, again, we had a lot thrown at us this year on the defensive side, and we just never had the same lineup, until about week, 7 or 8. So, we settled down towards the end. I thought we started to play better defense. And again, it's the team winning or losing is not just a function of defense, it's a function of everybody. It's the offense, converting on third down. It's the offense holding the ball longer. It's the offense scoring in the red zone. It's special teams changing the field. I think certainly the last 3 games, we had really poor starting field position on offense. So it's also a function of the defense. It needs to take the ball away better. So all 3 units are intertwined, but again, I'm encouraged. I mean, 32 points is our margin of loss right now. 32 points, I believe, is it. So we're going to get a jump on that here today.
Alan, I know numbers don't always tell the story, but looking at the stats comparing 2010 to 2011, you guys actually had, I think, 200 fewer offensive plays.
Yeah.
Scrimmages. How many would you like to have per game? And what do you think that's?
I'd like to have 72. 72 would be what we're looking for. What do we end up with, Manny? Average-wise?
737, so you divide that by 12.
That's all you, bro.
61.
61, yeah. So we're deficient, and why are we deficient? We're deficient for a variety of reasons. One is we didn't take the ball away enough on defense. One is we didn't flip the field enough, which is sometimes teams got multiple first downs before we stopped them. Okay, I thought we were very good in the red zone on defense. But sometimes you got to make a stop before that, or you got to take the ball away. There's still areas for us to improve in the kicking game, that we could have improved to create a shorter field for our offense. Because it makes it hard to just when you're backed up all the time. So again, our time of possession has a lot to do with that number. I'm just speaking about that difference in that number because I think our yards per play was good. I think our yards per play is what we're looking for, but for us to get up to that 72 number or even 75, now you're talking 400 yards a game, and clearly we didn't execute as well as we needed to on offense down the stretch.
Al, I remember